Okay, what we're going to do first, we're going to talk a little bit about the Civilian Corps. And when I say Civilian Corps, sometimes people go like, what Civilian Corps? And we've actually, if you will, had focus groups with an internal audience, and they didn't even know they were part of the Civilian Corps, and they were civilians. So who am I? I'm Joseph Harrison Jr. I've been working with the Army since May of 2008, actually it was in April, but May of 2008. And what we did is we needed to get a proactive recruitment program going. When I say that, recruitment is to actually go out for the clinical folks, and we call those people our direct hire categories, and we're going to have a short video that talks about that. There was a big problem, and it was a problem. The problem was that so many people were not aware of the fact that you could work for the Army and not be in the Army. And you see civilianmedicaljobs.com. That's where you want to go, and you can see the video again, and we have some other things out there. All of it's about information. If I have a chance, I'm going to take you to that website quickly because we do have a brief time so that you would have an opportunity to see, because on that website you can see what opportunities are, see what the jobs are. You'll see where we're going to be as far as TDY, if you will, temporary duty. What it is that we want to give people as much information as possible. When we go to the different locations for the facilities, we have the facility in there, and we also have, if you will, a Chamber of Commerce, because again, people don't know. They know it may be an opportunity there, but where's that at? What's there? So there's a lot of good information on that site. And additionally, it's like I said earlier, a lot of times it was a very daunting task for people to apply for jobs. On this website, which I have a couple of still shots, if you will, what you'll be able to do is that you're actually able to load your CV up, you put it in there, and bam, you apply. There's a slight difference in the way we staff the civilian side of the house versus the way it's staffed on the military side of the house. Bottom line is, for our clinical folks, we staff to requirements, which means that if there's a need there and the money's there, the people can hire them. Little difference for the administrative people, slightly. But I want to talk about the non-clinical folks in this, so to give you an idea. And there's some good programs that are coming up. If you were able to hear Ms. Griffin speak this morning from OPM, Office of Personnel Management, were you there earlier? Okay, well, that's okay. I'm going to tell you about the website. You're familiar with USA Jobs? Okay. And President Obama has, if you will, tasked the Office of Personnel Management, which we'll call OPM, to create a better system. And the better system is to get our students, the people who do not have the credentials, into the system. That's one thing that's really, if you will, to come to work as a civilian for the United States Army Civilian Corps, in turns MedCom, the medical command, we're really looking for a fully qualified market. Now, there are small opportunities for some training, if you will, intern training. There are small, but we are working on that because we realize there's a need. But unfortunately, the way the governmental system is set up, it costs a lot of money to try to train a doctor. So we spend most of that money on our active duty side and our uniform side to get those folks trained up, because those are the people who are doing most of the deploying and things like that. So keep that in mind when we're talking about what we're doing. If you notice here, oh, it does work. Okay, more than 50,000 civilians, approximately 60%. This is some of the stuff that before we started filming we talked about. There's a shortage, aging workforce, dwindling healthcare people, status quo, the passive recruitment system, public awareness of opportunities. People just weren't aware. They just did not know. And if you don't know, you're not going to be seeking those type of opportunities. So that's why we came into existence. These are the big ones: physician, dentists, nurses, behavior health. Behavior health, primary care. Those are the people we really want. It's going to be important for you if you decide to go this route and go to healthcare administration, for you to really know that. This is who we are. We are, actually this should be 90. This is who is at the headquarters MedCom recruiting staff. It's 4 of us. Now, there are 4 of us to recruit for MedCom, which is worldwide. Okay, we got 70 plus facilities out there. Totally different recruiting than, if you will, on the active duty side. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get, as I spoke to you earlier, we're trying to get some dedicated recruiters at some of the facilities, or what we call our regional medical commands, a little sub-command. Because the biggest problem that we have and what we're trying to overcome is contact. When I say contact, we have people, we through means like this, through our website, through advertisement, we're able to get people, but what we need is people to contact them. And we want people to be contacted within 48 hours because that's significant. Why is it significant 48 hours? Anybody got an answer? 48 hours. Not only do they lose interest, we create a bad brand. And when you think of branding, part of our mission has been to create a civilian corps brand. If I said the Army Star, something comes to your mind. If I say Nike, something comes to your mind. If I tell you about the Air Force Wing, something comes to your mind. If I say civilian corps, what comes to your mind? Thank you. That's exactly what we're trying to do, what we need to do. We're trying to build a brand. And a non-contact brand is not what we need. And so our goal is to 48-hour contact. Our website does some of that to us. That's how come when if I have an opportunity, and I'm going to take you to the website. If I don't, I'm going to suggest you go there. Because that's why we try to get as much information as possible out there. It's a dynamic, living website. And the reason for that is we know when people go to that website, we're hoping that they can get all the information they need to get in order for them to apply for that job. This is the website, civilianmedicaljobs.com. We were talking about branding, identity, logos, slogans, messages. National advertising campaign included online, targeted, and print media. Now, what we do is that it's not, when I tell you we're recruiting for MedCom, that's what I mean. Even though you have Hospital X here, Hospital Y there, if they get with us and let us know, and you'll see again on the website, what they need, then we can help get them the people that they need, or at least get them in that application. The website and applicant tracking system, January 2010. That's when it's been up and running. Again, we schedule events. This is civilianmedicaljobs.com. I'm going to encourage you to go to civilianmedicaljobs.com. You have comments on there, you can put comments in there and we read them because we want to keep this thing improved. What it is, I've already spoke on some of this. Concise way for you, friends, family, healthcare experience to view and apply for current openings. When I say apply for current openings, that's exactly what I mean. We don't care if your CV or your resume is on PDF, if it's on Word, you can type it in, we don't care. You just load it up in there and bam, apply for the job. Now what's good about it, remember I told you we apply, we work as far as we hire people to requirements. You may actually go out there and you may say, well, I don't see an opening at blankety blank hospital where I want to go, or blankety blank base. Doesn't matter, because you still need to put your application in or your CV in. Because what we're trying to do, and I think we're getting very good at it, is that we want to be able to share your resume across. Because what happens when you get hired as a civilian, as opposed to if you're doing active duty side or guard side, you're actually at that facility. And you can stay at that facility for your entire career. However, there's also opportunities for you to move. And if you remember watching the video, there is some opportunities for paid moving expenses. So if you want to come and work, for instance, we've had people who wanted to go to, let's say, Louisiana. There was no opening there. So we said, hey, you know what? There's something else at Fort Lewis in Madigan. And they thought, well, you know what? I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm interested. And so we were able to get them there. And so that's why we encourage people to put your application, put your CV in, because then we have flexibility, electronic flexibility. So again, this is how we do it. Latest openings, the websites continue updated, details being benefits about working in medical civilian corps. This is what that website looks like. When you go to the website and you open it up, it looks like this. I hope I'm going to have an opportunity to take you there live, but it generally looks like this. If you notice, we have the jobs, submit your resume, benefits, location, employee profiles, and actually that video is on there along with some other videos that explains things that we're doing. This is the bottom page. Remember I talked to you earlier and I said we're talking about different job fairs. We're telling people where we're going. We're telling at least some of the people who may have dedicated recruiters out there where we're going. Because some people have actually called us and said, hey, I'm going to be in New York City. And it's like, good, we're going to be there. They're like, okay, I'm going to come. And then they come so they can get information from us and actually talk to us. But we have that out there, where we're going. We talk about the benefits. Again, apply for jobs. You'll go there, and this is basically on every page because we did, through our research, what we didn't want to do, and if any of you, and you've probably done it more so than some of our contemporaries in here, you'll go to some websites, and you've got to go back through to find out, well, where do I apply for the job? On our website, we want that to be prominent on every page so that, oh, I'm interested in applying for a job. Bam, here I do it right here. If you go to apply for a job, it's going to look something like this. It's going to come up, you can put your keywords in there, you can put medical, dental, or you can put all. If you put all, everything's coming up. Because we actually share this with the dental command, and you can click and go to their particular site, which looks strikingly similar, except it focuses more on dental as opposed to on the medical side. And when I say medical, sometimes people, even the health professional people we have out there, we're talking to them, behavioral health folks, psychologists, social workers, sometimes they'll say, well, you're not talking about us when you say medical, and we go, yes, we are. Medical is inclusive of everyone because most of the people we're trying to recruit, if you will, work in the facility. Some don't, but most do. Benefits. This is a big one, especially on the civilian side, because if you remember watching the video, and I know that you used to serve and now you're thinking about coming back and work for us, that you will not beat these benefits out there outside the fence, and that's what I call it, outside the fence. When you're talking about annual pay adjustments, locality pay, what is locality pay? A lot of people go like, well, if I'm in San Antonio versus Washington, D.C., do I get paid the same? No. You get what we call locality pay, which basically makes, for instance, you or whatever grade rank you are in San Antonio, conversely, it costs a little bit more to live in New York City. Now, we don't have a base in New York City, but we'll just use that for example. So pay will be adjusted so that you can maintain the same living style for the grade that you are. Recruitment, retention, relocation, up to 25% of salary. Remember I told you there's opportunities for you to move. And then once you come on, we want to keep you. And for those specialties, we do offer that, up to 25%, which can be paid over a 4-year period. Sometimes, depending on the specialty, it can even be reduced. But if you think about it, you get double your pay over a 4-year period. Eligibility for paid movement expenses, insurance. We have one of the better insurance packages out there as far as health care goes. Very flexible, if you will, because one cookie cutter does not fit all. Okay, you have some people that have, for instance, me, I have 8 children. Of course, they are not small anymore, but you have some people who may be single. You have some people who may have just husband and wife. So it's flexibility in those health care plans. It's not just one size fits all. I think that's really a big, big plus. Extra perks, travel discounts to sessions, access to vacation resorts, free gym memberships. When you tell people about free gym memberships, people do not realize, because again, they just don't know all the opportunities that are available on a base, because they don't know, because they've never been there. Now I'm going to have to kind of go through this kind of quickly. This is what we're looking for. And we talk about ready qualified applicants. That's what we need. We call them our direct hires. These are the people we can actually go in and direct hire them like right now and get them into the hiring system. If I'm not clinical, sir, not clinical, where you need to go? You need to go to USA.com. Okay? We're talking about here the president that we talked about a little earlier has told OPM, you've got to change this program because we want to get these young people in here. We want to get that diversification in here. So it's 3 new programs, dubbed the Pathways Program. One is intended to replace the internship programs offered by agencies. I'm going to tell you, if you have an opportunity, because those programs don't exist yet, but they are in the making. So I'm going to suggest you go to USA Jobs again or talk to the people downstairs about those non-clinical positions, because the best pathway, I'm going to strongly suggest, is to go through some type of internship program. And they're called developmental programs. Second track, this is recent college graduates, and what's really good about this, it's really for people who have graduated within the past 2 years. However, if you've served in the military, and the reason for that, you have some people who do that, or you may be a widow, you can have up to 6 years from the time you get your degree to enter these programs. Okay, again, these programs are designed for recent college graduates. Again, if you put the military in there, you get a 6-year window versus 2. Third track is the 2-year Presidential Management Fellowship Program. That is being changed because it used to be set up so the people would, actually the schools would set the criteria, and it became too inconsistent. And so the president said, fix it. We've got to fix it so that we can make this thing fair, again, to get diverse, inclusive of people, especially with people with disabilities.